Hey guys, welcome back to Big O's channel, where there's a lesson to be learned in every single video. If you're new to my channel, check out the video. If you're returning, respect and love. I can't do without you. Thank you. Much love. In addition to YouTube videos and my blankets, check out my Instagram page, Harlem Shet, blankets for everybody, a gift that lasts a lifetime. Check it out. Now, earlier this week, one of my friends from high school hit me up because she saw that I posted on Facebook that I closed my first multifamily home a couple of months ago, and she had some questions. So I said, yo, I should do a video on that. Some pros and cons about having a multifamily house. But trust and believe, it's definitely more pros than cons. But let's get into the video. Be right back. Welcome back. So let's get into some of the pros and cons of owning a multifamily house. I know that's why you're here. So first and foremost, the pros far outweigh the bad. Let me just first say that. So let's just get into it. Some of the pros is you make money. It's profitable. Through the grace of God, I literally live rent free. I cannot tell you how good it feels to not have to worry about your rent. My tenants are covering it. Because I have good tenants, thank God. I have good tenants. Imagine you working and you don't have to worry about your rent. You don't have to worry about government assistance. You feel what I'm saying? It's a good feeling. As a matter of fact, for the last 3 or 4 months when I got paid, I wasn't running to the bank to pay rent. No, I just stacked. No, I didn't buy a car. No, I didn't buy no jewelry. No, I ain't out here trying to impress nobody. No, I said it on my Facebook page. I am trying to impress my damn portfolio. I'm 41 years old. I ain't trying to impress nobody. For you younger guys who are in your 20s, I wish I did this when I was in my 20s. If I would have did this in my 20s, I would be chilling right now. Chilling. Just money stacking. As a matter of fact, I know 3 people right now, 3 people in my phone right now who did this way before. All of them are living rent free. And they're doing quite well. Quite well. They don't have to worry about rent. Imagine this, right? You don't have to worry about your rent. Especially, I'm in New York, right? In New York, rents for something decent, $1,000 to $5,000 rent. I know people right now paying $4,000 for rent. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you don't have to worry about that. You get your money from work, oh, just put it in the account. Or you save it, or you do whatever. You use that for traveling. You do that as whatever, I don't know. So, off the gate, that's a very good thing. You don't have to worry about rent if you do it right. Another thing is you learn about houses. You learn about ownership. Your house could be a tax write-off. You get tax benefits. You feel what I'm saying? Something else people don't think about, when you own a multifamily house, your family will always have a place to live. And a lot of people don't think about that, right? Your mom, your dad, if they're not in the house right now, right? And they're living in an apartment, you could give your mom and dad a place to live. When I was in Mount Vernon, I used to live in Mount Vernon, New York. I was in this big house, right? I rented the top floor. The guy's mom was on the first floor, right? And she was like in a 2-bedroom. Let me tell you something. That place was big. And his mom may have to worry about rent, Social Security. I used to go down there sometimes, take her to church, buy stuff, you know, go to a grocery store because she's an older woman and she was real nice, whatever. She's like a mom figure. But his mom didn't have to worry about rent. Check this out. His family lived in the house. It was paying rent. So that's another thing. Your family members don't have to worry about a place to live. Not only your mom and dad, what about your family? You know, a couple of weeks ago, my family was in Brooklyn. We had a cookout in Brooklyn, right? And check it out. We took a picture on the stoop because it's a brownstone, right? Check this out, right? My cousin inherited that from his mom, and when his daughter was in New York, she always had a place to live. My point is this: your family always have a place to live, and you're passing down generational wealth. You know, so your family always have a place to live, and you're passing down generational wealth. Some people might say, well, let me go get a condo or a 1-family house, my dream house. That's good. But how about you get a multifamily first, let that build equity, stack the money, Wait a year or two, maybe 3, then use that money to get the dream house. That way the mortgage is not all on you. I'm gonna repeat that. Maybe if you wait, get the multifamily, wait a year, 2, 3, maybe at most 5, at most. Use that money, then get the dream house. Unless you got it like that, I don't know. But I'm just saying, just a thought. I know somebody right now saving for a condo, and I said to her, with the money you have saved, because she shared that with me, I said, well, if you do it like this, you can actually get more house and more condo in 2 or 3 years if you do it like this. She said, oh, I never looked at it like that. If she does it, I don't know. I'm just saying that, just a thought. Just a thought. So it's profitable, create generational wealth. You can have something to leave for your family. And here's the thing, you will, especially in times like this, people will always need a place to live. Think about this, right? Every day somebody is born, a baby is born. Every day somebody turns 18. Every day somebody turns 21. So, and every day somebody's gonna need a place to live. You'll always need a tenant. When I was looking for tenants, I had a plethora, did I say it right? Plethora? But I have plethora, I hope I said it right, of people looking for a house. Matter of fact, today is September 16th. September 12th, I got a text on WhatsApp for somebody who was interested in one of the units, but it was too late. But he texted me like, oh, is a thing still available? I said, no, it's not available. People always need a place to live. You feel what I'm saying? Just make sure you know you have a good realtor who screens your tenants and all that stuff. But people always need a place to live. And some people might say, well, people, if everybody did this, you're not going to be profitable. Check this out. You know what I found out doing this? A lot of people are not going to do it. A lot of people are afraid. They're nervous. They're scared. They don't do enough research. They can't be disciplined. Whatever the case may be. If you want something bad enough, you're going to do it. I know somebody right now who had 4 kids, a wife, gave up his apartment, moved in with his mom for a year and a half in a room, got the multifamily house. 3 years later, got his dream house. He sacrificed, but now he got it. Some people don't want to do that. I'm just saying, to each his own. I'm just saying, I commend them. All right, so let's get into some of the cons. Some of the cons is you might buy a money pit. That's just a house that's eating your money. That's why you have to get a good inspector. That's why you have to make sure you do your due diligence. You make sure the house is not in a flood zone. It's not in a war zone. It's not a faulty house. You have to hire good contractors. You have to do your due diligence. Through the grace of God, I ain't have to do any of that, those headaches. Because I said, before I get something, I got my own realtor. I'm gonna repeat, get your own realtor. If you're looking at a property, don't use their realtor. I had a situation where the realtor wanted me to use their realtor. I said, absolutely not. Come to find out, the first house I was looking at, it had a bad roof. It had an infestation of mice and roaches. I said, oh, hell no, I don't want this. When I got this property, the guy just said, yo, listen, all you got to do is just clean up their problems. You good. I didn't have any this electrical work that was real light. Thank God. So, you could get a money pit. The other thing, one of the cons is, if you're not trying to manage a property yourself, right? You might probably have to you might have to get a property management team to manage the house. Now, that's good and it's bad, but if if you get a property management team, they're gonna charge you. Depending on where you are, it could be anywhere from $75 to $200 per unit, or per door, they say, per door. So that's money out your pocket. So let's say you have a 3-family. You have 3 families in your house. Let's say hypothetically, let's say it's $300, because $100 per door, that's cutting into your profit. That's $600 out your profit. So that's something you need to consider. If you're not going to manage a property yourself, but I tell you, go for it. You're going to learn a lot. Trust me when I tell you, you're going to learn. You're going to learn. You know what I'm saying? Also, one of the cons is, depending on what state you in, the laws are more geared towards helping the tenant or helping the landlord. For example, in New York, the laws are more favored for the tenant. They're favored for the tenant. That's why you have to make sure you do your due diligence. So if you have let's say you have a tenant not paying their rent, his or her rent, let's say hypothetically, right? It could take anywhere from 6 months to 18 months to maybe even 2 years in New York to evict their ass. But in New York, we have New Jersey, we have Connecticut, we have Maryland, we have Boston. In those states, Boston, Massachusetts, in those areas, the laws are more geared towards the landlord, not the tenant. So if you have somebody who don't want to pay their rent, you got proof, 30 to 90 days, get their ass up and out, get somebody else in there. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're going to go into this, you have to do your due diligence and really know the laws of the state. Because I have a friend of mine, she's in Philadelphia. Once again, when I closed, she hit me up and she said she got a tenant right now, and she's in Philadelphia, PA. She got a tenant right now, not paying her rent for 2 months, and they're not even trying to give her no money. I said, damn, that sucks. You know what I'm saying? But that's why, once again, you got to screen your tenants. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure, like, you got some decent, good people in there. You know what I mean? And I would say another con is, let's just say, God forbid, you have an inspector who didn't inspect the property right. You know, especially with the roof, man, you don't want that. The biggest expenses in the house is the roof. From my experience, the roof and probably the ground. So you got to make sure you have a good inspector to make sure that roof is good. You feel what I'm saying? Because I've heard some stories, man. You don't want that to mess up on you. But like I said, through grace of God, my experience so far has all been manageable. It's all been manageable. Also, with this, right? Let's just say you have a tenant who can't pay his or her rent. There are a lot of government assistance programs helping people to pay their rent. You feel what I'm saying? As I mentioned in the video, investment property, you know, if you're trying to get a property, you know, there's a company called NACA, you know, there's another use FHA loan, you know, through the government. I really urge people to really go do your research and try to look into it. You know, I cannot tell you, the last 3 or 4 months stacking my money it's been good. Not rich, but you know, I have a huge weight lifted off my shoulder. You feel what I'm saying? So if you have any questions, hit me up on my email, bigo'spointofview@gmail.com. You know, I'll be an open book, because, you know, we as a society, we as a people, we die of lack of knowledge, most importantly, lack of action. So with that being said, peace and love, always love. Until the next video, I'm out. About to go watch my Giants. Peace.